Now with your tapered leaders, typically if you're just starting to get into fly fishing and you're fishing for trout, 95% of the time I'm using a 9-foot tapered leader. Some people have asked, well, why can't I just tie some monofilament on the end of my fly line? So without that taper, it's really tough to kind of nicely present or roll the fly out. Now you'll also notice that I've got nylon leaders and I've got fluorocarbon. So why would I want to use fluorocarbon? Fluorocarbon typically sinks better than nylon. Nylon will sink as well, but fluorocarbon really sinks. So my recommendation, if you're just starting out, you want to have 5X, 4X, and 3X tapered leaders. And I would go with the nylon if you're just fishing lakes or your backyard stream, and match it with nylon tippet. Now, if you want to level up a little bit, or if you know you're fishing for some pretty toothy fish, maybe you got a lot of cutthroat in the backyard, then you probably want to have some fluorocarbon with you as well in the same sizes. All right, pro tip for you. Try saying that 10 times fast. Wet your knots first. Use your mouth, little saliva. Your knots will seat a lot better, whether you're tying a clinch knot or whether you're tying a double or triple surgeons. Wet it first, you're gonna find a lot better knot strength. So next question, why do I need a 9-foot tapered leader and why do I need tippet? There's 2 reasons why you're gonna need tippet. Tippet will add length to your 9-foot tapered leader. As you're tying on flies, you're gonna keep shortening that 9-foot leader, and you're gonna notice that your casting and the presentation of the fly just kind of reduces in quality, gets harder as your line gets shorter. So a lot of times you need to extend that line out, and that's where you use the tippet material to extend back out so you can again reach 9 feet on your taper. Now another reason is that, let's say you need a little extra depth. You're fishing an indicator setup. You got a 9-foot tapered leader, but you got to get down there a little bit further. You might want to tie on a 3 or 4 foot section of tippet to the end of your 9-foot tapered leader, and now you're fishing with a 12 to 13 foot tapered leader. So you follow me here? Another reason you use tippet is to tie on the second fly. You've probably heard hopper dropper, right? To get to the dropper, you need to tie on some tippet to the back end of that hopper. And there's a rule of thumb there as well. You can do that with 2 nymphs. You can also fish 2 streamers as well by just tying a piece of tippet. What I like to do is either match the line size. So if you're using 3X tapered leader, I'm using a 3X or lighter tippet behind that first fly. Why? Is that if you end up getting it stuck on the bottom or stuck on a tree branch, you're going to be far more likely to at least get 1 fly back if the back portion of that setup is a little bit lighter on your tippet size. So you could potentially save 1 fly and not lose both. Pro tip. So when you've cut probably 4 or 5 feet off your tapered leader and you're to that really, 20-pound test, it's just time to put a new leader on. Trying to tie 4X tippet to that thick of leader, it really doesn't work. So when you get too far into that taper, just get a new tapered leader. Don't keep trying to tie tippet on something that's 20-pound test. Doesn't work very well. Pro tip, you have a wind knot in your leader, cut that out, pull out some tippet, tie a double or a triple surgeon's knot, and extend it out from there. Knots like that, a granny knot in the middle of your line, wind knots, can really lessen the strength of your fly line. So cut those out. Don't keep fishing with it. Pro tip, always bring a rain jacket because we didn't.